Last time on Metanoia Blues, the ephemeral chaos is heading north, but instead of heading straight to Karnath, they are taking a detour to the port of Blackrock in Orthoss, the stomping grounds of the Wind Whisperers. They're traveling swiftly, and if the weather holds, they will likely make it to their next port within 8 days, just in time for the month of Barakas. We pick up only about an hour after we last saw our adventurers, with the sun shining down on the new line of laundry as helmsman Varys Greenleaf does his best to dry the soaked and thawing clothes of Luca and Anne from the encounter with a band of wild water and ice elementals that they had just bested. We are out at sea!
Aww, Helmsman Greenleaf has been assigned laundry guy.
Thank you, Varys.
He's taking care of us.
What is everybody up to?
Drying my nips and nops.
Did you have to word it like that?
Okay. It's been an hour, so I'm assuming that
They've
people have
thoroughly
changed.
put away.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Put those things away. Or we start another fight.
I can dual wield.
Oh my gosh.
Nips akimbo.
To be fair, I didn't start this joke, but I will finish it. To be fair, to be clear. Anyway, what are we doing today? Traveling.
Yeah, that's the question. It is the 22nd of Larvion. Travel is going well so far. You're about midday. You have the encounter with the elementals at about 10 a.m.
Oh, early.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rise and shine.
Yes.
A taxi.
So, if anybody wants to narrate where they are in this moment of domestic everyday stuff at sea, the whole thing about travel in a ship is that you don't have to always be super actively on the ball. You just need to periodically check that things are going the right direction.
I might, I think Willow's probably on the main table writing excitedly in their captain's log.
Aw.
Yeah, they seemed pretty happy after the end of everything.
Well, what a way to say that.
I'm sorry, am I here for
my?
my pros? No, I'm here because I look good.
Okay.
I hold a sword.
They have been pretty giddy, I think, since the elemental fight, and their energy hasn't waned yet.
Well, since
think,
Luca is making tea to keep himself warm from the inside, bring a cup for Willow. What are they doing on the table?
They're writing in their captain's log.
What you writing about?
Elementals.
How much we were amazing?
We did possibly well.
Oh, possibly. Okay.
Well, no one got knocked. Well, Anne got knocked overboard, but no one was lost. And they
Can make
went
us-
away.
Sneaky, snacky little insight checky. What vibes are they giving off right now?
I think Villa's gonna, before
17.
you need any. Okay. Well, Willow's gonna keep talking for a bit. It doesn't quite feel like you're out at sea until you face those kinds of things. Yes, the ship leech was stressful, of course. But this... We're on the right track.
I think the uneven floor makes you feel like you're at sea, but maybe you're used to that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I think Luca, on your 17, you'll see Willow's fond of sailing.
Oh.
Willow's fond of adventure, and I think since we left Scan, there's been a bit of an energy about them that maybe you haven't gotten to see in a bit. Or maybe not ever. Maybe on the way back from Skystreak, actually.
Is it a good mood?
It's a good mood.
That's nice.
What's Anne up to?
I think N is below deck. Well, these two are having a chat. Because there's something they want to get to. Before we get to Orthoss, ideally much before, and that is looking at the contracts again, because it's been a hot minute since they did that. Since last time, the results were hazardous, to say the least.
Yes.
But they're gonna sit down with those contracts again and be like, this time for sure, I can read something.
Yeah, okay. So you've settled down. I'm imagining, like, there's sort of a towel around your shoulders as you're, like, waiting for clothing and armor to dry because you got thoroughly drenched.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that. I had to shower and change, probably.
Yeah. Avoid the hypothermia.
Yeah, sitting down there in pajamas.
Yeah, basically. While you wait for your stuff to dry. I mean, it probably won't take that long to dry. It's
Thanks,
sunny
Varys. Now. Between Varys and the sun, they got me. When nobody got me.
Varys and the sun got me.
Amen.
Amen.
So, what was the thing that we had you roll last time? Was it investigation?
Snap ones. I think so. I think it was investigation. I'm pretty sure it was investigation because I got a 0 on investigation and those were like straight ones, as I recall, when they came up. So, ouch.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say investigation or insight. I think you're not proficient in either of those skills, though.
No, but my insight is just like a smidgen better.
Okay, well, I'll let you roll insight instead then.
Wow.
Dirty 20!
Yes!
Nice change of pace.
Cool. All right.
Something about being dragged through the cold ocean.
Really clears the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? High five, Sarah.
Post dragged through the cold ocean, now in my pajamas. Like, I've stared death in the face and now I'm in my PJs. Maybe I'm in a better mindset.
Yeah, you know, there's like something to be said of like having just gotten a lot of exercise in and being in a generally good mood after like a bit of a kerfuffle that sort of lets you hone in and focus a little clearer. So, you have the contracts from Khorvaire and you're looking specifically at the ones that are linked to the sending stones.
Yes.
There were 4 other sending stones aside from the one that Miraldine Frostroot had.
Mm-hmm.
They do not seem to be anybody else within a fleet.
Right.
But yeah, what are you looking for exactly on that 20 insight? Like, ask me any question and I'll give you those answers.
Yeah, so are there any notable associations that I can pick up from these contracts with these people? Like, was one of the Wind Whisperer ones connected to a sending stone, or were those the outside ones?
Those are the old none of the, like, in-fleet spies, let's say, aside from Merildine, none of these people are on actual ships. I will quickly go through the names. There is Daria Norcliffe, who seems to be stationed in Regalport. Tordag Pickhaft, who seems to be stationed in Dreadhold. There is one person who is stationed in Blackrock, who is Beaumont Butterick de Galanda. Seems to be an innkeeper.
Wow.
Who is getting a little extra money on the side. And you realize, as you're leafing through, oh, you've heard that name before. Gurna Yod is apparently also on Culbercon's payroll.
Would you remind me who that is?
Oh, wait.
That was...
Dream Lily?
No. Gurna
No?
Yod is the dock mistress in Scairn.
Oh, shit!
Well.
Oh.
So we're like 3 layers of fucked now.
Oh,
so
fudge.
No, just wait. Just wait.
Colbocon and Colton are gonna combine forces and kill us.
Oh, please. I'm so
No.
sorry. Please do not insult. Please.
Well,
no, they're not gonna join forces.
First of all, I have the sending stone. Let's clear that up right away. I have the
Yeah.
sending stone. Secondly, I have the sending stone. Anyway, okay. Interesting. Once, if you have notes, I wouldn't mind those sent across once we're like done
Yes.
discussing.
I will say, it's like, there's only so much
Yeah.
you can glean
Yeah.
from the contracts themselves about these people. I will say on a 20 insight, you can tell like roughly what their jobs are.
Yeah, that would be.
It all seems to be like people who don't have any particular loyalties to any principality.
Mhm.
Like, they're not beholden to anything really larger. Merildine was quite exceptional in that regard,
Don't tell
of
her
like
that.
both being a high-profile captain of the Sea Dragons and a spy, or like basically selling secrets. She's kind of exceptional in that way.
Mhm. Good job, Merylzine.
Yeah,
Good job, us.
but this is likely a lot of stuff that's like in it for the money. As you examine it, there's like maybe 1 or 2 clauses of like, if you don't follow through, this is the threat I'm holding over you.
Mm-hmm.
In these things, but it's and that's like fine print legalese, sort of implied threat, not so much explicitly like, if you go back on this, I'll break your bones, sort of thing. It's more of a like, it's worded like, if you break this, there will be consequences equal to the sort of infraction, let's say.
Right. And is there anything I can pick up regarding exactly what they're getting? Is it just like a certain sum?
It seems to be money. It seems to be a lot of it seems to be money. Going through the things, it's like there's an administrator in Regalport, like literally just somebody who's like a bookkeeper clerk.
Mm.
That doesn't earn a lot of money. There's a warden in Dreadhold and an innkeeper. So this is basically just like a side hustle for most of these. The one thing where it's like, you could be doing... How badly do you really need money is the Dockmaster in Scairn, where it's like, that pays relatively well, or like, there are other ways for you to get like money on the sly here by like upcharging for smuggler fees and stuff like that, or literally just like confiscating whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know if this is like the main side hustle or if this is like one of many side hustles of Dog Mistress Yod, who is from what you recall of her description, I don't know if you ever actually saw her.
Not me. I mean, I might have seen her, but at a distance. I never actually had much contact.
She's pretty flashy. So yeah. It does seem to be a lot of like people who are in it for the money, people who do not seem to be part of a particularly larger community, or else they're like on the fringes of it.
Right.
And it is obviously unclear or difficult to tell how these people might feel about it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the way these contract stipulations go, it's like there are certain things that are always highest priority.
Yeah.
Which is going to be details of like any enemy activity. So specifically, like Khorvaire Khan has it out for Ryger and the Sea Dragons. So it's like, tell me this shit first, and looking out for Khorvaire Khan's allies, which would be Lyrander. And then whatever else that might be useful is Windfall, but there's only, let's say on a 20 insight, you don't know how much your passage through Scairn would have come up as anything noteworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, you're a bunch of weirdos, but you haven't been acting super suspicious.
We didn't blow up a Lyrander ship in the docks, so...
Yep.
Cheers,
and like,
friends.
yeah. You haven't also been, like, you've been a little weird about where are you going, but not in a way that's like, oh, they're definitely up to something. It's more of like a, what are you up to?
Yes.
Nothing interesting, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you have it.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Is there anything in the contracts that kind of stipulates a routine of contact? Like if these sending stones will be delivering information at a like punctual kind of routine, or if they need to be prompted, or how that is supposed to work? Is there any information like that in here?
I think it is largely like the sending stones are for more emergency or urgent contact, or for Khorvaire Khan telling them if there has been a change in schedule. Otherwise, it's largely through other channels. There will be dead drops and stuff like that where it's literally like postage, stuff like that.
Right.
So these are more for keeping close tabs on people who will have information about stuff that's like really important, that like is time sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, for example, a Lyrander ship has just come through, or something big and either potentially very valuable is happening, and they'll get a kickback from passing along good information for like good scores, or if he has to defend his turf, basically.
Right. Okay. And I suppose there's no information regarding the dead drops. That would be something they determined outside of these contracts? Or...
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you did also get like a bunch of the
bunch
letters.
And the encoded stuff, right? So
yeah, so If you want to make another roll for that,
Sure, we
I
broke
would
it
let
once.
you roll with advantage because you've gotten such a high insight. I will say this is investigation to specifically find out like the actual timetables of stuff like that.
Okay, might as well. 11.
A lot of this is coordinates, or like vague wording. So it's like so-and-so street, and you're like, well, that means nothing to me. I don't live there. Or like, I've never been to this place, so I wouldn't be able to get any useful information from here.
Can I at least determine which one might be the one in Blackrock? Was it? Sorry.
Yes, Beaumont Butterick de Galanda, who seems to be a halfling innkeeper in Blackrock. So that's probably somebody either working at a Gold Dragon or at some other Galanda establishment. So this is somebody who's like definitely a halfling, definitely works in the hotel industry.
Yeah. Can I figure out which of these coordinates might be the Blackrock coordinates at least?
You may need help from Willow or
Yeah.
Varys regarding this.
Because I think N's next step might actually be to take these coordinates and come upstairs, kind of like juggling their papers. And if Willow is done writing, and like peek up, make sure they're not interrupting anything. And if they aren't, then they may bring these papers over.
Sure.
That depends on Willow. How you doing, Willow?
I'm chilling. I'm writing. Probably got you know what? I think Willow's actually sort of looking at the actually this might come up when you come up. But yeah, I'm writing. I'm doing my log duties.
And I'll come up with an armful of papers and
Wow.
Can I grab you for a minute?
Need help?
About to tumble off the deck, actually. And says, coming over with their stack of papers.
Willow pats the table.
Looking at the contracts we lifted from Khorvaire. And we've got one agent in Blackrock. Now, and then they're sliding the encoded papers and like the notes they've made across to Willow. I'm trying to figure out where the drop zones in Blackrock are in relation, just so we have all the information of kind of where they're operating. And I've never been, so gestures to Willow.
Okay. Willow will have a look at that.
Yep, give me an investigation roll, please. And can give you advantage with the help action.
I shall.
Hoo-hee. 17.
17, okay. So, looking closely at the coordinates around Blackrock, or the sort of like designated zones around Blackrock from these encoded messages, you believe that it's likely as part of the outgoing postage from the Gold Dragon. There's only really one Gold Dragon in Blackrock. It's not the kind of place that does... It has like bars and places like that, but it doesn't have a whole lot of like, let's say, visitors from outside who are expecting 5-star establishments.
Yeah, no.
So You
So
suspect that... Yeah, so this is like the one gold dragon is probably where this guy is getting his information from.
Which is probably local to, like, BlackRock itself. I imagine it's the kind of thing built right near the docks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think Willow will sort of casually, oh yeah, I know the place.
Is it anywhere near where we're going?
Question to Zeke.
Yes.
Orthoss's layout, coming by sea.
Yes.
Shall I assume that BlackRock is pretty much the optimal place to dock?
Yeah, it's the biggest port on the whole island. Like, there's maybe a handful of fishing villages along the south coast.
But then we have to trek all the way.
But, so yeah, BlackRock is like the main place. It's also like not a whole lot of outside traffic comes there necessarily. Like, you get some, it's similar to Scairn, where it's like, okay, this is a decent stopping off point if you really need to stop between places to refuel and restock, but it's otherwise like mostly just the Wind Whisperer home turf.
Yeah, and I do imagine, because the Whisperers have such unique ships, air and sea, like, they wouldn't be beholden to stopping only at BlackRock.
Yeah.
I sort of suspect that, like, for example, because it's such a big island, like, they can kind of, like, dock anywhere. Especially the airship, which could just fly over the place. And, like, Willow's got a different idea of where the airship will stop, which doesn't really bear on where they stop in this time.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I think, well, I forgot what N asked. Sorry, Willow went off on a thought train.
N is essentially asking if BlackRock is relevant to them at all.
Willow said, yes, that's the port that we're aiming for at the moment until I have any reason to go around it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And it's kind of rubbing at their chin as they look over the contracts again. So I was thinking if I can swing it, we might be able to get some eyes there before we even arrive. But I wanted to ask you your opinion first.
For what purpose?
And shrugs. Whatever we might need. We could ask some questions about travel, who's there right now, who's been coming in and out, what the latest gossip is about the Wind Whisperer fleet. If there's any particular tensions or danger that we should be wary of. They're an innkeeper, so they're going to know a thing or two about what's happening, who's coming in and out.
I'm going to ask a question in meta. Is N expecting to just kind of... maybe I should ask as Willow. How are you going to ensure that they respond to you? Or, upon hearing that you're not Khorvaire, immediately throw the sending stone into the sea?
I have a couple ideas.
Can you not just mimic his voice?
N hasn't heard him speak.
Oh, he's a changeling, so I could try and pull off one hell of a lie.
That's a good point.
However...
I always forget he always just seems like a wet sock of a person.
He was just robbed. Maybe he's got to act a little more clandestine than usual.
Good thoughts, good thoughts.
Secretive. Undercover. Oh. Of course.
Oh, clever.
That's one option. If I knew the relationship to these contracts, then it would be much easier to know the approach, but it's very vague if they're doing this willingly as just a side hustle, or if they were pressed. If they're pressed, then that makes this easy. What's that insight for, Willow?
Is N okay?
Let's find out.
You know what? That's a good point. I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Ends in business mode.
Yeah, no, I will say...
Oh, 26! Are you okay?
No, can I quickly say, I guess it's not really, are you okay? It's, is something wrong, or rather, what's wrong? Because N sounds tense as hell. It's stressful. It could just be that. But, like, I don't know. But I guess I don't know.
What's
N
wrong?
is intense, and I think, Willow picks up that N is intense about this. They're, like, taking this very seriously. And I think Luca picks up on a degree of anger
Oh.
and kind of a sense of something's under their skin, you know? They feel a little off kilter talking about this, but the anger is kind of overriding that and like locking them back into business mode, which then reads as just a kind of intensity.
Okay. Interesting. We'll write that down for later.
You know, a lot of the time too with Willow, it's like if they were upset, they'd tell me. Like, or like I'm not meant to know. It's one of those things, like the mutual respect that we have.
Yeah.
Of like, I'm cranky. Don't ask. You know,
I'm doing my work, aren't I?
Yeah.
What is it? The murder
I'm
weapon?
sorry, I'm more perceptive than that, apparently.
It's not,
Of course you are. Yeah, but I was saying if they were coerced into these contracts, then that would be easy. But if they're loyal to Cobra Khan, then that makes it more difficult, and it's hard to determine where we stand.
I think Willow's going to sort of wave their hand around. I wouldn't overthink it in this regard. I mean, it's a lead if we want it, and if it fails, it fails. We're heading there anyway. We have the additional bonus of knowing that they are a traitor at all, which, if all else fails and the Colbacon ruse doesn't stand up, then we'll be there shortly and you can threaten him the old-fashioned way.
Threats was another option. I considered threatening to out them to the relevant parties if they did not cooperate with me, but it's not necessarily something I want to be my opening act if I don't need it to be.
Willow holds their hands up. Of course, we don't need to start problems where there aren't any.
Of course.
But we know. Now, thank you.
Yeah, I should let you know the other names in the contracts just in case we run into them. And I don't know if you told N the name of the dock mistress, so N's just gonna read these names out.
No, you know what's so funny? In my captain's log, I wrote it yesterday. Let me just read it out to you what Willow wrote. Where is it? Met the dock mistress and promptly compromised my identity only partly on purpose. Cannot remember her name for the life of me. Good parrot, though. So no, I don't remember her name, and I didn't tell you.
I wonder if Varys knows the name.
Yeah, that's
Varys
what
can look in though while you're telling me, please.
Does Varys want to wander in while I'm reading these names out?
Varys did tell you her name and does remember it.
I mean,
We saw her yesterday.
I'm not going to hide these names from Varys either. He's part of the crew, so if he wants to listen in.
He can be at the wheel.
He's probably just come in.
Perfect.
Yeah, so, and we'll repeat the names.
Willow has no reaction.
Varys has
that's interesting.
Someone you recognize?
That was the dock mistress we literally just talked to yesterday, and Willow told her their name after failing to lie about where we're headed.
And looks at Willow.
Willow's got that, like, staring into space. Huh? Oh!
Varys is doing an insight check and like having a deep think. You know, it's probably fine. I don't think we made that much of an impression. I think the fact that you immediately undercut yourself is actually a good thing. Because it just seems like you were trying to be suspicious, but were very bad at it, and therefore sort of cancelled it out.
We call it double bluff in the business.
Perfect. Well, nailed it. No one would know your name, Mr. Greenleaf.
I've been missing for 6 years. Why would they need to know me?
So have I.
So have I.
Wow.
Looks at N.
And looks back at the contracts.
And Willard's full house.
I guess.
Old royal flush. I don't remember what the 4 of a kind, 3 of. I don't remember. Anyway,
Full house is 3 and 2.
I don't know. I don't play cards very much.
Anyway, this is a spy for Khorvaire, so.
Oh yes, so we can use her too, if needed.
Maybe yes. She's the richest one on the list, so she's the most likely to be doing this for kicks.
How annoying.
Or that could be how she got rich. Very busy.
She's a dock mistress too. But then I suppose so. It's a very clever place to set up a port. Of course, you try and avoid Port Verge, and then you end up in Scan, and then you end up with information at Port Verge anyway. That's clever. Good for him. One
Is
good
Bruno
thought.
rich?
He redistributes. He has a wealth of knowledge.
Even if you did tell the dock mistress your name and tell her where we were going, what's that going to matter to Khorvaire? Khorvaire doesn't know Willow Jenkins burned down his captain's quarters.
Yeah, we've been discreet enough about selling our wealth that I don't think that'll come up unless Khorvaire directly asked her, but you can't do that anyway since we have the Sending Stone.
Yeah.
He could send a letter, but
it'll be slower. That's why I wanted to get to this as soon as possible so we can get to them first.
Thank you, and now we have at least 2 stones in our arsenal. It's good. Good to know. Speaking of, I do need to write down his surveillance notes. Just so everybody knows, this is a useful bargaining chip for me. So if the counterfeit version of this appears in anybody else's hands, no one yell at me. I've told you.
All right.
Which?
Always looking pointedly at Varys. The surveillance notes that Khorvaire had enchanted and written down about Lyranda and Ryger and all that, Willow's now beginning to write their own version of it.
Yeah, Varys sort of does a bit of a rolls his eyes. That was a different matter entirely. I apologized for it anyway.
It was a whole 3 days ago. It's all behind us.
I have a question.
What
are we doing in Orthoss?
Willow shrugs. Big shrug all the way up to where their human ears would be. I don't know.
So you're just going back to look around?
Oh no, I want to repair the Kraken Slayer. We are going to repair the Kraken Slayer.
So that's something that will...
That's something, yes.
Why?
Why not?
Well, if they're after you, shouldn't they not have another ship?
Not really my problem.
It was to educate
not really my
Varys, too.
concern. That's the one, yes. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, there's a lot of thoughts, but ultimately it's because I can.
Damn! That's an 8.
I saw you just narrowly miss that 20.
Right? That's so mean. Oh,
that's close.
11.
Yeah. Willow seems sincere. They seem like they haven't really got this one mapped out.
So you're just going to fix a ship and give it back?
And does look give Willow a bit of a look like, are we stealing it?
Willow looks at N. What's that? What, you want to take it for a spin around Orthoss? How rude, and it's not even our ship. I suppose if we must, then we'd have to take it for a test drive.
Just to make sure it works.
Of course.
It really be
because you insisted.
Yeah.
Go visit your friend at the Gold Dragon.
Crash right into it. It'd really be so rude to hand it back to them if we didn't make sure every aspect of the ship was in working order.
I suppose so.
Are you taking it? Is that what this is?
I have no intention to take it. It's not mine. That would be stealing, Luca.
Luca,
don't we all have things to be doing?
In his book.
I'm doing it. And lifts up the contracts.
Oh, I should probably ask everyone while we're here. How's the crew?
Alive?
Dry.
Good. Willow might mention, just off the cuff, oh, a few other things. If we are boarded at any point, try not to mention Ryger. I know this will be very difficult for you, Mr. Greenleaf, but try your very darndest.
Just rolls his eyes.
That reminds me, actually. And
when you love someone, you really want to talk about them, so it's understandable.
and well, you guys are dealing with that, and stands up and like pulls out their chair, and then goes and fetches the chains and locks that they put somewhere nearby.
Oh,
you're not going to tie one of us up as a demonstration?
Well,
I'm surprised, and
I don't trust you not to be weird about it, Luca.
To be weird about it, it's just tying me up.
I'm just going to demonstrate.
Willow's already sitting. Willow's going to put down their pen and... Okay, demonstrate then.
Okay, can you observe and be captured at the same time?
No better place to observe from than the cell itself.
Okay, Saboteur.
Try your best.
All right.
I'm assuming Willow isn't resisting.
Willow might resist just to test how well N does this.
I don't have a strength score, like, at all.
No. This would be sleight of hand versus acrobatics.
Okay.
I'm doing acrobatics?
It's me being extra wiggly to see if I can... You're doing sleight of hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Beat a 16.
22.
Nice.
Ah, yes! Good for you!
Then circumvents your wiggles. And, locks you up to the chair with the lock, like, under the seat. Looks very proud of themselves after, like, a bit of a scuffle. Because I don't imagine it was super smooth, just because we're us.
Yeah.
I'm sure as soon as you put your, like, the chain around Willow, they started wiggling, like, unhand me! Like, just putting on a whole routine.
Yeah.
Can I pick the chair up with Willow in it?
Make a strength check.
Cool.
I guess athletics.
Athletics? Nice.
Yeah.
So that's a natural 27. I would like to pick the chair up and like tip it to see if Willow falls out and kind of shake it.
Willow is so fastened into that chair. Like you've basically been like strapped into a climbing harness of chains into the chair. It's not comfortable. But Luca does manage to, like, fully lift you and, like, tilt you back and forth as if you were on a roller coaster seat.
I think we've identified a new interrogation technique.
Only if they're this light. Willow is very scrawny, remember?
How do I try to get out of this while I'm up here?
You don't.
With Fish Dog, please help. How would I get out of chains otherwise?
Either... if you had access to the lock, it would be a Thieves' Tools check.
I think N wouldn't have put the lock in my hands, though.
No, exactly. The whole point is that the lock is under the seat where you cannot
Can
access
Fish
it.
Dog get it?
Fish Dog can try.
Give it a shot. Yeah.
Have Fish Dog roll for sleight of hand.
How? Dex?
Yeah, let's say that it's the same as Fish Dog's dexterity saving throw, so it's a +4. Just so roll d20 +4.
Okay. Forgot how to do that, so just add 4 to whatever I roll next.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetie.
No.
7.
It's little flippers, like hitting the lock, like hitting, going nowhere.
And we've got mutiny. Get it?
Nice try, buddy. He grabs Fish Dog and takes it away.
What's Varys doing?
I think he's just watching this, deeply amused.
Okay, you know what? I want to try and pick the lock myself.
While
Okay.
Lucas elevated me?
I mean, how else am I going to do it? Crouching? I don't think so. Like, how easy is this
We
lock
don't-
to pick? Can I pick it easily if I'm under here?
God, I hope I fall straight out of it.
Make a Thieves' Tools check.
Okay.
What lock quality did you buy?
I would have, like, wanted to buy something a bit heavy duty. I just wrote it down.
Okay. In which case, let's say that it's a DC 20 for a fine lock.
Yeah, reinforced locks. Okay,
Yes.
let's write it down.
Yeah, so DC 20.
Okay, let's
So for
see.
everyone wondering, Luca has the chair like turned slightly, so like Willow's leaning on him, and I imagine his hand is between their legs holding the chair so that N can see the bottom.
Nope.
Oh my God.
My attempt to pick fails. Willow's really in there.
Hey, sturdy.
Another layer of complication is obviously like all of the chains crisscrossing.
Yeah.
Can Fish Dog give you advantage? Can Fish Dog help you?
Yeah.
Shines a light.
My guy
I can,
now.
You can.
Okay, I'll roll again. Hey, just enough.
Hey.
There you go.
Can I fall out while I'm in there?
It's
Yeah.
like, quick,
Land
quick,
on
quick,
the
got
floor.
it. And Willow starts sliding.
Yeah, make a dexterity saving throw, Willow.
Directly over Lucas' back. Oh man. Dexterity saving throw.
Hey, wow.
Whoa!
Hey, dirty time.
I went
Superhero
cool.
loot.
You manage to slide out of the chains in a way that like they come off with you smoothly instead of getting caught on the chair.
Mhm.
And you basically like just like flip over Luca's shoulder. It's quite graceful, actually.
Wow.
It's a
Hey.
graceful tumble.
And gives a little clap.
I'm gonna hand the chair to Willow.
I'm holding all these chains around me. Well, it works.
It certainly functions.
We just have
Varys
to make
next.
sure that
Willow's got approaching Varys now with the chains.
No, thank you.
He's gonna have to wrestle.
oh god.
I imagine this being a chase around the ship. We don't have to get into it, but I do imagine it
Practice.
being like
Practice
I'll-
is the
I'll
best
just,
teacher.
like- Yeah, I'll give me a contested athletics check against Varys.
yeah, if he
Willow?
attempts to tie him to the wheel.
Ooh,
13.
13
It's
from
a
Varys.
13.
Oh, 13. Can I
So
use
there
the
is,
like,
like, a
legs of the
light
chair to like pin Varys?
wait, let's see result. What happened?
Sorry.
You have a light scuffle, basically, like where Willow kind of tries to get Varys, then you're just like basically locked in.
Combat?
But in
Oh.
a bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
But I think since it's meets it beats it, Varys does manage to get out of your way because he's the one resisting you.
Now, Luca, what are you doing with that chair?
Okay, so the chair has 4 legs, right?
No, we got special
Some
six-legged
chairs
chairs in
have
this.
3 legs.
I know.
Yes,
But these are
ones do.
four-legged chairs.
Okay, so I can use both. Like chairs are in like square formation. I'm going to use the chair to hold Varys against the wheel.
I think Varys is gonna very quickly, as you are approaching him with the chair, like blasts you with gust. So make a strength
Ooh.
saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh my god, my things! The papers!
Oh, no, I have a shield.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, you're not wielding the shield right now.
no, the chair is my shield, Zeke.
Yes. So you don't get blown back 5 feet, but you do get blasted in the face with
come on, I was
essentially
just
like
frozen.
a hairdryer.
I was just frozen.
When we gusted,
That's
don't
mean.
attack him with a chair.
Can we say that all the papers behind us fly
Yes.
away, you know?
Yes.
With Anne and Willow's, like, everything we just had laid out on the table.
Yeah, just
Yes.
a despondent look from ends. They watch the contracts and notes go flying. Like, I'm gonna have to reorganize
You
this.
keep that chair away from me, Luca.
Fine. Only because you have seniority. Once.
we'll clap Anne on the arm and help them pick up all the contracts. While they're down on the floor with Anne, they'll say, thank you, by the way. Not easy work that you're doing.
No problem.
Cool. I think let's end the scene here.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
God. Shenanigans.
Yeah.
How fun.
We take them as they come, man, because, you know.
Fun time,
All
so that when
right.
we're cripplingly depressed when we get to our hometowns, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, man.
All about balance.
This
Yeah.
ain't my hometown, though, so we good.
Whoever wants to, please roll me 2d6 as the day passes
Oh.
by.
Can I roll one and someone else roll one?
And roll the other
Sure.
one.
Okay.
That's a 1.
And a 5.
A 5.
Nice.
Okay. So, around 7 p.m., as you're sort of eating dinner, let's say on the deck, like it's summer, the weather is nice. Somebody, whoever
No one
wants
trusts
to
the
roll
chairs.
a perception check.
I will.
Willow.
Willow's outside and it's like, hi, nice, it's summer, it's nice. I am constantly watching. So, perception, spyglass perception or just general?
Yeah, sure. Spyglass perception if you're doing that.
Yeah, and Willow's also doing like, I think part of our team doing, you know how Willow said to everyone to stay vigilant? That also includes like, I forgot what the word is that I'm looking for.
Routine.
Routine, like routine checks around the boat with the invisibility lantern as well.
Okay.
So I'll factor that into the oil usage later.
Mhm.
I'm going to make a check with the steed as well, since he's out and about. That's
Nice.
a 10, so ignore that.
He's trying. I got a 21.
Okay. So you're having dinner out on the deck, just like relaxing, enjoying sort of the golden hour as you start heading further and further north. The sort of light begins to like linger longer. And Willow, in the distance, you spot a cluster of flotsam, floating debris that has been spilled overboard out in the sea.
Ooh.
I see. I'm taking a closer look at it. Anything interesting about it?
Seems to be about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 like crates and barrels that have been spilled overboard. You can very easily direct the ship to like pull up beside it and
Have a look. For
pull them
treasures.
aboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
This definitely isn't a trap.
Is this anywhere near where the Rander ship lost its cargo?
It is.
Oh.
Well, it's a few miles off where they lost their cargo, but like
Could have drifted.
this is the ocean, so.
Do remember they were attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But everyone's like, Willow's like, treasure. Pause.
The best kind of treasure. Anti-Lyranda treasure.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you pull up beside it and
Whoops.
start hauling up crates and barrels.
I
will do a
I'm
check.
doing that.
Of the ocean. Like, is there any check to see, like, is this a trap, by the way? I should have done that before we came in, but we moved.
On a 21 perception, I'm gonna say there's like nothing out here that looks like particularly dangerous. It's literally like these crates and barrels have drifted quite a ways away. These were all sort
Nice.
of like they're all sort of like loosely clustered together because of the way ocean currents work, and like
Perfect.
a couple of them are tied together by like rope and stuff.
Nice.
So it's just like they've formed a little raft of floating
Stuff.
trash.
It's free real estate. Awesome.
Yeah.
It's like windfall and starts like pulling things aboard.
Can they do that with their weak nerd arms?
We can do it all together, asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, calm down.
And they don't have weak nerd arms, actually.
All right, they
Willow's
don't.
not
Yeah, it's me.
Willow's not
Yeah,
the one.
right.
I have the weak nerd arms.
Right, yeah.
I can't climb a rope.
Yeah, I thought Luca remembered that because every time Willow shows their arms, he's like,
Well, you haven't shown them in a while, so maybe you just need to remind me about like what it is.
well, then maybe
Object
Willow
permanence.
should
Show
have
them
their
again.
jacket off now. Hmm?
Yes.
How about that? How about you can look at their arms right now?
Okay,
Oh, they're
cool. You can do
pulling
all of the work
plots
then.
and-
Cool.
No, you are helping. Willow's throwing you a rope. We can all do it. Everyone
Yeah.
join together.
Yeah.
Will,
Make a
Ed, come and help
group-
us.
group athletics check, I guess.
Hell
Yay.
yeah.
This is like there's no stakes to this. This is just like how long does
Oh my
it take?
god. That's the lowest athletics I've ever rolled.
Luca's
Excellent.
distracted.
You got distracted by the sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wow.
Rolled a 17. Why am I rolling the high strength check? I'm the only one not
That's
Treasure.
distracted.
Maybe you got
Treasure is
buff.
the reason.
True. Your one sword class with Luca.
Oh.
What is the strength?
My right arm is now just like busted like Popeye.
I don't think so, but like
Yeah.
you guys like use some ropes and stuff to just like haul in the crates relatively quickly. I'll have Varys roll as well for athletics.
Yeah.
He's helping.
Does he have sexy arms?
He's doing
Wow,
fine.
everyone rolled higher than me.
That's
Can
a
you please
first.
describe the visual of Varys's arms? I'd like to know.
They're covered in sleeves.
Jacketed.
Like a sausage.
Like jacket
Or a
off,
potato.
but like in sleeves to protect
Yeah.
it from the sun.
Yeah, fine.
What do we get? What are we getting?
We're pulling
well-
stuff up.
Yeah.
You've like it only takes about a few minutes that you have like all the crates and barrels lined up on the sort of side of the deck. A good half of them feel empty or like maybe a little bit waterlogged. But 3 of them feel pretty heavy. So,
Crowbar time.
okay.
Can we make Willow do it so I can see their arms again? Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Luca's weaponizing his incompetence.
Yep. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want us to not look at your arms?
Do what you must.
Yeah. Hands you a crowbar.
So where do you think that you guys have set this up? On the front or the back of the ship?
Front.
Okay.
Methinks.
But like when Zeke asks questions like that, because my mind is immediately like, oh, cool, we're going to blow up the front of the ship.
So, Willow, make an athletics check with advantage for that crowbar.
Gotcha.
Wow.
I got a 7.
Luca, you want to give it a shot?
Are they struggling? I'll like nudge them aside and
Let me narrate this first.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, you try and wedge what looks to be like a sort of a chest or like crate that has like a round topped. It's not like locked or anything as far as you can tell. So you're just trying to pry it open. As you put in the end of the crowbar to try and wedge it open, you
Shit.
Oh, great.
are suddenly realizing that the crowbar is stuck.
Normal stuck
Like-
or odd stuck?
Like odd stuck.
You just hear it. Whoa.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
And then the chest sort of bulges oddly and slaps at you.
Do I know what this is?
You will in a second.
Enough to call to the others, like the second before it slaps me. Am I able to tell the others what it is?
Yes.
Okay, well then you just get, whoa, what is it? Mimic!
It's like the crowbar is stuck, and then your arms are stuck as this thing like bulges out, snags your arm, and you feel like all of your fur on your arms get coated in like this weird sticky substance.
Ooh.
That's the surprise round. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah.
Whoa, Luca!
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have advantage on initiative roll.
Yep. 17.
What's a makeshift weapon? I'm gonna use the anchor.
What?
I don't have my sword while I'm eating dinner.
Oh, man, what's wrong with you?
Mimic
Well,
rolled a
where's
nat
their
1.
swords asleep?
Mimic technically has advantage
Oh.
also on initiative rolls because it was hidden.
Marginally better.
Well, then we can both.
Oh, you
And
can't do
we
better
got-
than that, Willow.
Wow.
That's a nat 20 for Luca and Willow on initiative.
Oh, we're so
Cool.
initiated.
Yep.
Wow.
Cool. Well, Willow, one of your arms is adhered to the mimic,
Uh-huh.
but it is your turn.
Is Varys
Okay,
gonna roll
let me
initiative?
just...
Oh, yes. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, good. Just wanted to get that in right away.
Gives our man.
But I don't think he's gonna roll better than Willow, so... Willow,
Yeah.
feel free to figure out how you're gonna slap back.
That's cool. I think I have a way. Let's see. Yeah, that should suffice, I think. Willow, in their panicked reaction, is going to quickly clap their free hand against the arm of their bound hand and cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool. Roll for damage. The mimic needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Fails miserably. Oh gosh, how does forced movement work with grappling? I think
Oh shit!
because
Willow was not thinking clearly.
It was a reaction.
yeah.
Willow, give me a real quick dexterity saving throw. We'll say this is your attempt to escape the grapple as you cast Thunderwave. No. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
6.
Oh.
Yep. Which is just as well because normally you would have disadvantage. But basically, cool. You cast Thunderwave, and the mimic is shunted how far away by Thunderwave?
Are you wearing your lifeline?
Oh no, I don't have it on! Okay, hold up. Okay, on a failed save, creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you.
Okay, 10 feet. So, it is just you're both shunted across the deck. The mimic explosively is pushed away by 10 feet, and you are dragged along with it. But it does take the full 13 damage, so...
Yeah. That's fine. Willow might not have thought that through too well, but if I go overboard, it's because I threw myself overboard.
Classic Willow.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, go. Luca, your turn.
Oh, wait, I have a bonus action. Fish dog, get over here. How far can the fish dog fly? Right enough just to hit it with a force strike.
Cool, yeah.
Fish dog is right over here. Oops, sorry, it disappeared behind me, but you know
it
what I mean.
can't fly through walls.
Oh, sorry. I thought the window was open. I forgot. Okay, it gets close then. Oh, I moved myself instead of fish dog.
It's fine.
There.
Cool.
You can't
And
reach
force
from there,
strike is
can
a
you, when you
ranged
die?
attack anyway, so...
Yes, good.
Roll to attack with fish dog.
Fishy dog.
Hey, fish
My little
dog, you're
guy.
the ball these days.
Definitely hits.
That hits for 5 force damage.
Nice.
Tit for tat.
Cool. Luca, your turn.
Okay, just to be clear, I can use Divine Smite when I use these hands, right?
You technically can, yes.
Yes, okay. And does Divine Smite count as a bonus action or just as part of my action?
It's part of your attack.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to cast, can I use magic weapon on my hands?
Yes.
Does it have to be a weapon? My hands are a weapon. So, cool.
Your hands are
I'm
a
going
weapon.
to cast magic weapon on my hands. So my hands are now magical. And
That's bad.
then, yeah, I'm going to come and do an unarmed strike on the little mimic man.
Fucking punches the mimic.
Yeah. Well, what else am I meant to do? I don't have my weapons.
No, magically punches.
Yes, magically punches. So
Sparkles.
magic weapon.
Shoujo
Cool.
sparkles
Give me
come
an
off.
unarmed- Give me an unarmed strike.
Oh, nope, not doing too well. That's a 10.
Oh my!
Yeah, I'm gonna say you hit the top of the crate. It is made, or it feels like it's made out of wood,
Oh,
so that's not a hit. But you do have a second attack.
I
if
do
you
have a
wanna roll
second
again.
attack. Yeah, I do. Okay, so that's a 20.
That
And
will
I
hit.
will put my smite on that.
Okay, put some
Punches
smite
through
on that.
the wood.
It takes 6 base damage, and another 4 radiant damage. So Luca does a little 1-2 punch, trying to beat.
I just want to break this thing with my fist.
Do you do the Donkey Kong one? Like, is it 2 hands slammed down, or?
Here's the thing: you hit it with one hand. You realize that you get stuck to it.
Oh no.
Oh.
You hit it with the other arm. That hand is also stuck to it. This thing is so sticky. It doesn't look sticky. It is so sticky.
Oh no. I think he just looks up at Willow like, oh.
Willow nods like, yeah. Did you not see me shift halfway across? Can you imagine Willow seeing Luca and coming with the who can say? Willow's like, no, don't.
Wait. Pachow.
Oh, man.
He tried.
That's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Please observe the situation before you run in.
Don't worry. I wasn't planning to anyway, but now that you two have gotten stuck in it like a giant fly trap, even less likely. So I think I'm just gonna keep a safe distance and blast it.
Yeah.
Good
Are
luck.
you going to be able to blast it without hitting us?
You can thread the needle.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, that'll
Yes.
That's a 19 for 5 force damage. A 12?
Does hit.
Oh, and
Wow.
for
12 is exactly its AC.
nice. So that's 17 force damage.
The mimic is looking very bloodied now.
Blood? They bleed?
Yes. It's a
It's
creature.
alive.
Oh.
It looks
got a mouth.
badly damaged. Like all the sort of exterior wooden texture is like beaten and cracked, and like a little bit of purple fluid seems to be oozing out of it.
Ooh.
Paris is like, oh no. I think he's going to come up to... Oh gosh. Let's do Willow. He's going to give Willow the help action to try and remove you from the mimic's grapple. He will make... yeah, just arms around the waist. He is... You know what? Yeah, he's going to make an athletics check to try and like pull you off the mimic.
Drop it.
The adhesive property does mean that ability checks made to escape this grapple have disadvantage, so it's either he can try and pull you off, or he can give you a flat roll on escaping this on your turn.
I'll let Varys give it a go.
Okay, cool. He will roll athletics with disadvantage. DC 13, I believe.
Hey,
Not a crit, but he does
damn.
pull you off.
Ooh.
You are no longer
Woo.
grappled by the mimic. Cool. Alright. So, the mimic has advantage now to bite Luca.
Fantastic.
Because you are still grappled by it.
Yeah.
It will sort of like the crate like rips open the top, and this big sort of blobby toothed maw tries to chomp you.
Oh.
Does a 19 hit?
Oh, yeah, it hits.
Cool. You take
Acid!
10 piercing damage and 5 acid
Whoa!
damage as it's like caustic saliva digs its teeth into you.
Delicious.
Cool. That's your turn. That's the mimic's turn. Willow.
Oh, wait.
Kind
I
of don't
think I
want to
have
get my sword stuck to that, so I think it's going to.
Sorry, one sec.
You
I
can
have
use something.
to... Do I need to do concentration for the magic weapon?
Oh yes, you do.
Yeah, so...
It would be a DC 10. So Constitution save check rather.
Constitution check, yeah.
Good enough.
10?
Passed.
Good enough.
Pass.
Nice.
Yay!
Hey.
My fist is still on fire. Delicious. Continue, Willow.
If I move slightly back, it has an attack of what's the word? Opportunity, eh?
Opportunity. Yes.
So I might as well just kind of try and hit it from here, but not with one of my usuals.
Touching ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you can either risk the attack of opportunity or take the disengage action to get some distance on it.
Is a disengaged action a whole turn, though?
It's a whole action, yes.
It's an action.
It'll
You'd
be
have
dead
a bonus
by then. Action, but yeah, you would.
Yeah. Oh, I could make fish. No, I don't want fish dog to get stuck to it either. I'm gonna just wait. Can I lightning launch from this distance? Point blank.
Yes, with disadvantage.
I suppose lightning lure would be the same. It's not really going to do any luring.
What's the range on lightning lure? Or what does the spell description say?
Self.
Well, can you?
I posted.
Yeah. Within 15 feet of you. 5 feet is within 15 feet.
Will I be pulled if you successfully lure the mimic?
The thing is, it's already in range.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more so the
So
damage
just-
that it might do.
So it just needs to make a strength saving throw if you want to cast lightning lure.
Yeah. I
Because
might
it's
go
already
lightning lure
within the
instead.
range. Okay.
Yeah. Just for the damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, whoa!
Damn.
it would have crit on. It shouldn't have had advantage on that specifically.
But we always take the
but
left.
you take the
Yeah.
left. But since you are already within range, you deal 2d8 lightning damage to it anyway.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I forgot how lightning lure works because I've been using lightning launcher for so long. That slaps. That's handy.
Yep.
Straight line.
The whole thing is
sorry.
if you have it within range, it gets electrocuted.
Oh, sweet. Oh, wait. Doesn't Varys get electrocuted then? Or is he right?
Nope.
Only
Because it's one creature. It's one target.
Less. Cool. I haven't used that guy in a while.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, well, following Windows... Windows. Jenkins. That's my new fake name I gave at BlackRock.
Since you're always going out the window.
Window. No, okay. After the big thunder boom that happened before, you get the crackle of lightning as Willow pulls the lightning lure out from the air between their two gloves, lashes it at this thing, doesn't do any pulling, but does do some electrocuting.
Yes. Roll 2d8.
Ooh, lost my screen. I'm just gonna roll 2d8 from here.
What, inside my brain? Wow!
Yeah.
Ooh. What does it look like? This is the killing blow.
I think you see the moment like the lightning lure kind of, it drops like a loop around the barrel, and when it like fastens around the middle of it, and Willow pulls, like pulling two strings into a line, and as it goes through it, it just like you see the lightning kind of like get into it and then start to crackle out of it, and it's like exploding it from the inside.
So, we hear the mimic make a strangled little as it gets electrocuted and is killed unceremoniously. Congratulations, you've defeated the mimic.
Good job,
Good
team.
job, team.
If Willow goes to high five Luca now, are their hands gonna stick together?
They're still
Is there
slimy.
residual
Is
adhesive?
Luca still stuck? Like, is that just its body adhesive?
Oh, true.
As it dies, it returns to its true form and therefore no longer becomes as adhesive. So, the mimic is electrocuted and then slumps, and you basically see the crate melt into like a loose purplish gray blob.
Gross.
Delicious.
One for the sea. Willow is going to begin kicking it overboard.
Everyone still have all the hands they started with?
Do I?
And Willow urgently checks Lucas.
Yes.
Like, just
Yeah,
in case.
do I have all my fingers?
Yeah.
All my prosthetic?
Yeah, it's just like as soon as like the adhesive quality, like it's just tacky at this point. Like it no longer is actively producing the glue.
Yeah.
But you know when you get super glue on your hands and then it's like weird and tacky and kind of numb.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, ugh.
Willow will give Luca a high five, turn around, like give Varys another high five for thanks for like pulling them off the thing so they could use their hands to cast lightning lure.
Yeah.
A distant salute to N, and then there were other treasures, yeah?
Yes. Yes, there
Goes
were.
right back to it.
Wait. Luca says wait, and I'm going to go and fetch my warhammer because that seems effective, just in case.
We'll play whack-a-mole if any more of them come out.
Yep.
Yeah. So you smack the other two not empty crates.
Yep.
They are not mimics.
Okay.
I literally rolled to see how many mimics were in this. Only
Is
the
that
one,
the first
and
roll?
only the first one.
Oh. Yay, what's in the other things?
I believe mundane supplies. So, you get 2 crates of slightly water-damaged mundane supplies. What supplies are
Useful rope.
useful? Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like 1 barrel of salt.
Ooh.
Okay, I mean, like, for eating, yeah?
Yeah, table salt.
Yeah. There's a few different kinds, so
It's for demons.
yes.
All salt is table salt if you try hard enough.
That's why I'm asking.
Our whole crew just dead next episode.
What happened? You could dehydrate with water?
They drank smelling salts.
Oh my god, I forgot those were a thing.
Bath salts.
Bath
You know, like,
salts. Look out here adding bath salt to his breakfast.
I thought they were the same
Ugh.
thing.
Oh
No.
yeah. Anyway, since it's table salt, seasoning for our food. Can't complain about that.
Yay!
Yeah, salt's always
Yeah.
useful.
Can you eat?
And
No.
what?
No.
Salt?
No.
No.
Mimic? No.
Mimic? No.
Okay.
No. Not these mimics. Not D&D
Okay.
mimics, which tend to be sort of a
Would they not be like escargot-y?
no, because they are a highly caustic.
They did just acid damage.
True, the acid.
Yeah.
I guess like all the worst
Well, like-
parts of a puffer fish.
Yeah, like a puffer fish.
Yeah.
No one here is a
We're not desperate. We don't need to
pufferfish
try and
sushi
eat.
man, you know.
No.
Literally, as I was kicking it off, I was like, Luca might want to eat this. Kicks it off faster.
Yeah. Yeah. Better leave that to
I have taste-ish.
other things. Other
Yeah,
creatures will eat it.
let the
Nothing
sea
is
eat it.
wasted in the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Things that don't sort of suffer from
So
eating hydrochloric acid.
Yeah.
What's in the other crate is a question.
Rations.
No, I don't think it's
Mm.
food. I think it's
Man.
Like,
it's not-
little metal pieces that you use on the boat.
Let's say it is a crate of just like ceramic jars packed in hay.
Oh.
So you basically just have like a bunch of you basically got a crate of mason jars.
Oh, perfect.
Ooh.
Oh, we can find some use for those, I'm sure. Or sell them for a couple bucks.
Pales in comparison to our mug from J. Lee.
Yeah, it's the teapot.
Oh. Potato.
That'd be a weird teapot.
Sure, someone's done it. And imagining a teapot shaped like a potato now.
Yeah. Varys
A
just like is,
potato!
Varys is just like hands on his hips as he's looking at the rest of the crates and it's been a while since I've seen a mimic.
Is that common out here?
Well, no, but they do like to hide themselves in among trade vessels. There's generally a policy that you smack the crates with a long stick.
Well, I did, and then it smacked me back.
Yes.
That was an insight check to see what's Varys' vibe. Haven't checked on him in a while. How's he handle it? Been a minute since you saw a mimic. How's he feeling?
Yeah.
I only got an 11 though, so
I think the vibe is wistful.
Oh.
Oh.
mists.
I think the vibe is just sort of like, it has literally been like a long time since he's seen or had to deal with one of these things.
Are they common on boats?
He just
Did anyone
said
ask
that
that?
like
Yeah.
they try to hide in among cargo because that's they're ambush predators that specifically disguise themselves as like crates and barrels and chests.
Luca
Yes,
looks
makes
at his
sense.
arm like, that must have been it.
What?
That's how I lost it.
Oh, God. Willow's probably going to say to Varys, why'd you tell us about it? You didn't talk anywhere near as much about your daring adventures with, I don't know, a live treasure.
He says, sure, why not?
Yes.
I think as you're winding down,
Hmm.
do you get rid of the empty crates or?
I mean, if they're
Keep-
useful, we'll keep them.
They're literally just like empty boxes and barrels. So
If I can break it down into wood, I'd probably keep it.
sure.
Use it for repairs and stuff.
And if not, just getting litter out of the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, wood is one of those things that like
Oh yeah,
the
it's
sea
wood.
will reclaim that. That's biodegradable.
Yes. Well, still, Willow uses wood.
Yeah.
In stuff, so like they're
Yes.
liable to pick
It's
it up.
like free materials. Yep.
That's the one.
You add it to you break down the crates and add it to your collection of odds and ends
Yeah.
to tinker with.
Oh,
That's the
that's
one.
us.
I think Varys just like tells you about like early days as sort of a young sailor of like going through crates and like whacking them with the end of like a broomstick or something like that. And one of his seniors like used to tell like these horrifying stories about like the cabin boy that tried to sneak extra food or coin or whatever on a trade ship and then got devoured by a mimic. Sort of like hazing stories that he got told as like a young teen and stuff like that. You know.
It's Varys' turn to
Yeah.
tell a ghost story.
It's the boogeyman of merchant ships.
Yeah. He's like, I did see a guy or rather, he saw a ship's cat once get eaten by one. And it's like, so.
What a repeat performance, huh?
Oh wow, Rob.
Anne isn't saying that, but I am.
Oh man.
Luca looks forlorn. So forlorn.
We pour one out for the cat that got eaten by
Yeah.
the mimic
Yeah.
with toast to the cat. Poor soul.
Poor cat.
Yeah.
Never saw it coming.
Really
Probably
didn't.
just taking a nap on top of the crate, and then the crate opened up and swallowed him.
Oh, remind me to never take a nap on top of a crate
Before hitting it.
before hitting it. But
Well, the cat didn't know.
I'm learning from its mistakes.
Oh.
So sad. Tell us something better. I was like, that's sad. Why would you tell us that? Oh, surely you have grand stories. Cat getting eaten by a crane. That's a town, Varys. That's so gloomy.
If you put a steak, say, on top of one of these things, would they eat that?
Which
Like a
steak?
food steak?
Yeah.
Oh, a vampire steak. Luca. Oh, sorry. I really realized that could be something you think about.
Well, I have friends who are vampires, so
Yes,
I don't really
that's
think
what I
about
meant.
it.
I forgot. Sorry, I only recently discovered that.
I think this is the kind of like weird conversations that you guys have as you wind down for the night.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does Varys know there's a vampire? Yes, he did. We
Yes,
talked about
you
it.
have-
Yes, okay.
you have
Just making
mentioned-
sure.
Secret arrays.
He validated me because I was like, did you know there was a vampire under Regalport? And he was like, what? There's a vampire under Regalport?
Okay.
Yeah, get it together.
Cool. Yep. So that's the end of the 22nd of Larvion.
Good job,
Yeah. We did it.
Lived.
We had 2
did
combats today. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Two low-level
the
combats.
she's be perilous.
I sure do.
Yep. I used all my level 1 spell slots.
I used all my level 2 spell slots.
Oh.
I'm sitting
I'm making
pretty.
these
Long rest
hands
time?
magical.
And sitting pretty,
Warlocks.
having multiple panic attacks in the underground.
Don't
The
even worry
underground's what I
about
call
it.
your subconscious.
So, everybody give me a round of perception checks for tonight's watch.
We're still going in our same order, yeah?
Yes.
So
it's
Luca
Varys.
Oh,
Luca
sorry.
last.
Yep.
Luca does the morning
Oh no,
horse.
Varys.
Oops.
Oh, no,
Sorry,
Varys,
I didn't. I should re-roll that. He shouldn't have disadvantage, but
Oh.
Oh.
One more time with feeling. There we go.
Nice.
Add a 1 to
There
that
you go.
6.
And you got 6, 9. I don't know.
Puts my whole hand around your face.
Willow and N.
Yeah. Perception. Cool, 22.
Nice. 18.
And Luca.
Nice, nice.
I'm gonna roll with advantage because I got my steed.
Yeah.
So that's a 17.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
nice. You will keep a weather eye out during your watches overnight. All is good. Everybody take a long rest and N. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
Okay. That's an 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good luck out there.
Mm-hmm.
See you, space cowboy.
I'm the one going into space.
N. You're working in your office. You know it's yours now because the desk and chair have been replaced with something more your size, though the room remains the same as you remember it. Small, neat, meticulously organized. Within reach are ledgers and catalogs of everything to do with the business of fine clothing. Fabric samples, contact details for specific craftsfolk, sewing materials, accounting, and so on. Nearby, a small sofa and coffee table that could easily accommodate people of most sizes. Someone sits there, waiting for you.
I ignore them, instead moving to the cabinet at the back of the office. I open it.
As your hands move, the ruby ring on your finger glitters in the lamplight. Within the cabinet, you find a lockbox.
I leave it alone. Too obvious. That's not the one I'm looking for.
Digging deeper, you open the secret compartment and find a second hidden lockbox. This one you unlock, finding dozens of files inside.
I take out a folder and return to my desk. Flip through the papers. I think it's about time I acknowledge the other person in the room.
Your green eyes lift, noting the nervous individual sitting across from you. A pale elven man with brown hair tied in braids and a ponytail. Thale. He fidgets, struggling to maintain eye contact with you.
Now isn't this embarrassing? Your job was to steal other people's secrets. And yet here I am, holding yours in my hands. I slap down the documents on my desk.
You must understand. These circumstances were not under my control. I did everything right.
Right! Oh, yes. Because blackmail is the right thing to do. Stabbing people in the back, destroying their prospects. So much more humane than brutes and beatings. How's that working out for you?
The individual occupying the sofa has changed. Now a teenage human girl with short blonde hair. Slip. I didn't think they would do that to themselves.
Did you think at all? Either you're an idiot or you didn't care. I don't know which is worse.
The individual occupying the sofa has changed. Now an older elven woman wearing a wooden mask with a gardenia flower carved into it. It's just business.
Yeah. It's always business. I mean, you don't get paid to do the right thing, do you?
The individual occupying the sofa has changed again. Now a human woman with an eye patch. Captain Frostroot. We live in a capitalist society, darling.
We sure do. And I bet I could get quite the pretty copper for exposing spies like you to the relevant parties, don't you think? So, why shouldn't I sell you out, huh? You were willing to do it to your people. So arrogant, so sure you wouldn't go too far. Did you even really understand the secrets you were selling?
I don't really care.
Of course not. As long as you have rings on your fingers and decadence on your plates. The good life. Who cares that you're insidious? That you grind people down into desperation? Slitting their throats would have been kinder.
The individual occupying the sofa has changed yet again. Now, a young halfling woman with copper hair. Her name isn't worth remembering. Don't give me that look, you crybaby. You're the worst person in this room.
Watch your mouth. If you can't hold your tongue, then use it to give me a reason. One reason why I shouldn't throw you out on the street. Because from what I can tell, the hungry dogs out there have more use for you than I do.
Now, an elf wearing butterfly robes. Seeker is like, my intentions were never to get people killed.
Don't you dare play ignorant. What did you expect when making deals with people like that?
Now the Thranish painter who was blackmailed by Dragovich into allowing the attack on the ocean hole. Cornelia Harmon. I had no choice. He was threatening my family.
So you let others die instead. You selfish, spineless coward.
Now, a child with short white hair. Young N. You were so hungry.
I press my hands to the desk and I lean in. If you needed to sell secrets to eat, maybe you should have starved.
Dale looks to you, tears in his eyes. You know that's not the whole truth.
Come now. If I wanted whining, I'd get a knife. Stop wasting my time. I push off the desk. Standing up straight, I pace away to idly examine a sample of fabric. Last chance. Give me one reason to spare you.
You turn back and stop short. Someone new stands on the other side of your desk. Furry, protruding ears and a glint of shades in ever-bright lamplight. Willow, aiming their crossbow at your head. You're N. Act like it. They pull the trigger.
And that wakes me up with a start.
Yeah.
I think Anne's eyes just kind of dart around, feel around, just trying to figure out where they are. As soon as they're sure it's not there, they're gonna get up.
Yeah. I think it's morning already.
Oh, good. Cool. I'm just gonna...
And you just, Varys comes out of the bathroom next to you.
I think Anne's
says,
heading for the bathroom. Like, they feel sweaty. And then almost barrels into Varys.
Oh, good morning. Excuse me?
Morning. How are things?
Gonna do an insight check. Nat 20.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm not even going to contest that because I... I don't know. I feel like Varys might know what someone coming out of a stress dream looks like. You know, like he might have seen it in the mirror before. And is like... And is sweaty and is probably shaking a little bit. They're wild-eyed. But Varys knows they were just in bed.
Ooh. He lets you pass through and go to the bathroom first.
And well, thanks. And just scurry on in, wash their face 3 times.
Yeah.
Look themselves in the mirror to make sure their eyes are the right color.
Yep. Brown.
Gosh,
You
she's
even
face
drop
fourth time.
you drop the illusion and manage to like look at yourself without the disguise on. You see the cracks in your skin, the one white pupiled, iridescent purple eye, the other eye brown, your usual self. Not a hint of green.
Good, great, awesome. Yeah, that's I'm all the way out at sea, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. And washes their face again. Kind of stands there with their hands kind of braced on the sink edges for a minute, remembering themselves and like, Varys wanted the bathroom too, maybe, or other people. I don't want to stand here for 3 hours processing that, so I'll just eject myself. And so they do. But they're obviously like, I need my brain teeth need to sink into something or else.
Yeah.
Or else. Period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think as you come out, you see Varys on like sort of opposite, sort of idling with something. It says, "Rough night's sleep."
Something like that. It's pretty normal for me. You'll probably find out as we travel together. That's just kind of a thing.
He nods. Is it the kind of thing you want to talk about, or kind of thing where you'd rather do something else to get your mind off it?
Probably the latter. I did have a question you might be more familiar with the answer to. Zan kind of cringes as they stumble over their words.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you heard me talking about the contracts, right?
I did,
I was just curious if someone like that is found out in the Lazar principalities, what happens to them usually?
He pauses to consider. Depends. Depends on their loyalties. Depends on where they are and who they've betrayed, I suppose. But from what you've told me, sounds like most of them are, well, clerks are similar. They don't have any real... It's not the same as with Merildine, let's say.
Yeah, figured.
So... perhaps a slap on the wrist? At lightest, if anything. Perhaps a loss of trust from other fellows.
And nods, considering that.
The clerk in Regalport might end up with either a hefty fine or some jail time.
Any familiarity with how they handle that kind of stuff in Orthoss?
He gives a long sort of puff of breath. He'll do... history check.
Nice.
Best they could probably hope for is being run out of town. Otherwise, well, let's say the Whisperers are pretty direct.
Right.
They tend to have... well, most pirates tend to have an eye for an eye sense of justice.
And nods. Kind of staring off at nothing a bit.
But I will say that it tends to end at an eye for an eye. Very few here are there's a tendency in Lazar to sort out your squabbles directly. And if you go beyond that, if you try to, say, scorch the earth, then your own reputation will suffer for it.
Right. So, don't have to worry about anyone's families getting involved if any of these guys get outed.
Likely not.
All right. I don't suppose you've ever heard Khorvaire voice before.
Not in many a year.
Yeah. I'm not sure how you could effectively relay it to me anyway.
No, I tend to have quite a strong accent.
Mm.
That being said, if you're looking for something else to do, could give you another sword lesson.
You know what? That sounds great. Let's do that. And it's like
All
already
right.
on their feet. Collapse their knees and stands up.
Cool. So, Varys takes over your sword training for today.
Yay! Wahoo! Hit me, uncle.
And, yeah, give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Hey, 15.
So, you're making progress. I will say, like, Varys is doing a lot of footwork with you. Today. So it's a matter of, like, moving with the sword in a way that will not, like, hamper you. So it's making sure that you can, like, cleanly move past allies.
Without sticking them
with the sword. Yeah, exactly. And doing your best to maintain your balance in combat.
Yeah, I think En is feeling a bit of the zoomies, so like all of this like scampering around kind of is really good for them right now.
Yep. Cool. All right. Let us roll for travel at sea.
The weather today.
Who wants to roll for weather?
Me, actually, I haven't rolled.
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
A d20, please.
18.
18. Okay. Please roll me a d10.
7.
All right. So, the day starts out relatively clear, and then as you start sailing north, you come across large rainstorms, strong winds. Looks like there might be a storm later in the day.
How thematic. Yeah, Willow will warn all you guys that it's going to be a rough patch.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that means we slow a little too.
Yeah.
Unless we're trying to outrun the storm itself.
It
We'll
looks
go
like
around it.
it's basically the storm is in your path.
Okay, well, we'll go as fast as we can for as long as we can and then slow down when necessary.
Who wants to do the navigation check?
Varys.
Okay. All right. Let's say that is it is a and then
Oof.
yeah. Okay. The storm and the wind and the rain make it difficult to traverse safely.
Mm.
But it is not too bad. I think if you go slower, you will have less chance of being blown off course.
Yeah.
So do you choose voluntarily to just like sail at half speed?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where like Willow's thinking of it, and then pretty much as soon as we start feeling the boat getting chucked around, much as they don't want to, Willow's going to, give the instruction, slow way down. Like, we're not going to risk trying to race there and then toppling the boat.
Yeah. We're kind of at a pivotal point too, where if we go like east right now, we're going towards the problem. So it's better to just try and keep a trajectory north.
No, Willow's 100%. So.
Yeah.
It's better to go slow than end up having to like double back.
Yeah.
There is a it's a smart choice. So
I would like everybody to roll me constitution checks. DC is 10.
Okie dokie.
Yeah,
Hey.
12.
Oh, nice.
12 as well. Hey!
20. Nat 20.
Oh, there's.
Oh dear.
Oh, sweetie.
No wonder your navigation was a bit wonky.
Yeah. I think as Varys is like trying to navigate and check things, he is badly affected by a bout of seasickness around the middle of the day.
I'm going to say my nat 20 means that Willow's going to tell him to sit down. Go take a rest.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'll tease you about it later.
Said it happens to the best of us.
And they'll ask Luca to please like also keep an eye on him, make sure he's not too bad, because a 3 on Constitution seems pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a Varys is briefly sick overboard. Around like the middle of the day. Not great. So I'm going to treat it. It's either the poison condition or a point of exhaustion.
I think he treated it
because
as
this
poison condition for me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
In which case, Varys is effectively poisoned for the day until the sea's smooth.
It's okay. I'll handle it. He can rest.
So, yeah. So.
Okay, he's handsome.
Right now, he looks like shit. He looks like
Some
shit.
people are into that.
How's my swimming?
Cool.
And I think you're up on top deck with me, but you also don't have to go too hard. I'm good. I got it, you know?
Yeah. And want something to do.
I mean, you all take shifts. I think
Yeah.
Varys is on top deck to, like, avoid the worst part of motion sickness, which is you are
true.
moving and your eyes cannot follow.
Yes,
But
so
he
you can sit on the
basically
bed.
has, like, he's sitting on the bench, like, reclining, basically, with, like, a damp rag over his eyes to, like, prevent himself from staring at the ceiling and then having his eyes not match the motion that inner ear is. It's motion sickness is rough, guys.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, he's suffering a bit today. I would like people to roll perception checks.
Okay.
Who's getting the spyglass on this? Is this throughout the day or just one time?
This is throughout the day.
And I have it.
I will use my steed for advantage.
Is that a yes? Is your snorting and snarking a yes, Willow?
I think we can always. Wow!
God damn it. I'm gonna...
I got 2 20s,
Okay.
just like my bra
That's
size.
better.
Nice. Just like your. Can we assume that we're able to swap hands with the spyglass?
No, not in this
No?
situation.
I will take the plain one then.
Okay.
Because I'm sort of handling the actual
Yeah,
driving.
you don't need
Just-
it.
I got 24 anyway.
Yeah.
I'm good. Nat 20
All right.
Constitution, 24 Perception.
You're doing good today.
It's just a storm.
You're on the ball. You're on the ball.
And can tell they're struggling to focus, so they take the spyglass first.
Yeah.
What a good
All right.
captain.
All right. So, as you are sailing up the coast, you are at the point where you are basically, because of the wind and the storm, you are heading into an area where you are sailing within eyesight of the western, or of the coast to the west, the eastern coast to the west of your ship. And on actually, you all spot this. Willow at first, but then all three of you who made the check do see that there are a pair of flying creatures in the distance, diving and wheeling near the cliff. Any of you, all of you, give me a nature or arcana check.
All right, I might as well.
I'll let you two do it because I know nothing in these areas.
Oh, nat
There you
20!
go.
Why does this keep happening to me with the nature
Wow.
here?
Nice.
I got
Those are
a 22.
wyverns.
Oh. Okay.
That appears to be a pair of wyverns on a nat 20, and you know about wyverns due to various things, like, one, they're very useful, two, wyvern poison is one of those things that is a highly potent toxin that people use a lot in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, like, you'll coat weapons and stuff like that because it is an injury-based poison.
Yeah.
Wyverns in this area specifically tend to nest in cliffs, are monogamous, mated for life, and are highly territorial about their nests.
So we should steer clear.
Yes. So,
I think they're nice.
Only if we keep our distance.
That keeps happening.
Tends to be how nature is. Look, Anne's kind of looking at Willow a bit like, is this right? Anne's a bit alarmed. Are we too close already?
You get the response from Willow in the form of them beginning to turn. They're like, yep.
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Do not engage.
In which case, I would like you to make a water vehicles check using dexterity.
Oof.
Oh,
Ooh.
that came so close to the 1, but we got a 25.
Whew. Very nice. Okay. So, because you all succeeded on your perception checks very well, you are able to take a wide enough berth around the wyverns. They briefly spot you and, like, fly a little bit close and, like, screech a little bit, but you are far enough away from the cliffs that they do not take particular interest in you. They are not feeling threatened by you.
Hi, cuties.
And probably went inside and watched out a window because, like, those things could pick me up and take me away. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So it scurried inside.
Willow's gonna gesture similar to how they did the hippocamps and be like, if you look out to your left, you'll see some wyverns. But we can't stop to ogle these ones. They may kill us? Varys is already poisoned, so I'm not sure if those effects will stack. You can tell Willow's trying to keep the mood, like, kind of light. It's a dreary day. It's a rough day. And Varys looks bad. And, like, the weather's kind of shit. You know, it's hard to sail in this kind of weather, but we're sailing and Willow is staying on top of everything as, like, a matter of, well, necessity.
You're the captain.
Yeah.
Do you think they could carry me? Or am I too big?
Maybe both. If they work together.
They grab me by the hands.
If they cut you in two, then they can carry pieces of you.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm very tasty.
And is literally
Very
like
palatable.
ducked down by the windowsill, poking up like nose and eyes, watching them pass.
Yeah, you've got like the spyglass and just watching them. You see one of them sort of dive into the water, come up with a large fish in its claws, and settle on like a little jut of rock that's just barely sticking out above the ocean, and shake the water off its scales before digging into it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not me. Not today.
Not today, Satan. Satan birds.
Wyverns are technically classified as a lesser dragon.
Yeah.
I'd say we're thinking of Damon these trying times.
Shout out to Damon. But he's not
He
here,
brought
so
it
we're
here.
not fighting them.
We just see a red leather coat in the distance going woohoo and like stabbing both of them with two different swords.
But they are friend.
Not him.
Yeah.
They're semi-friend shaped. That's all I can say.
They're very majestic to look at.
Yeah, it's a good sight. Willow means it when they say like, look, enjoy, sights of the sea.
Friend.
Not friend, but definitely something to look at and admire.
We could be
So-
friendly later.
You successfully have avoided any combat with the wyverns, because you did not get too close to their nest.
High five. I feel like that would have killed us.
It probably wouldn't have been great.
I'm gonna
With
say on a
Varys
nat
seasick
20,
as well.
Yeah. He'll get better as the day wears on. I'll do another constitution
got
check.
better.
for
Oh,
him.
I mean, like us fighing and him like sick in the back. Like,
Oh my
oh
God.
wow.
Oh, he does not get better over the day.
Oh man. Oh.
What were you going to say about the Nat 20, Zeke? And the Wyverns?
I'm going to say that on a nat 20, and you're able to like ask Willow for the book and like basically confirm everything you said, and also get the information of like, oh yeah, it is like early hatchling season.
Aw,
There's
they're
probably a
mommy and
little
daddy.
nest of wyvern eggs, or like wyvern chicks, basically, that have yet to fledge. They will probably fledge in like the next month. So,
Yeah, they're going to be
Parents
extra
are-
territorial right now.
oh yeah, for sure.
Gosh. Thanks, N. And Varys seems to worsen through the evening. It seems like a toll that will take and keep taking. Like, which
Yeah.
is not great. Does Luca have anything for that? Willow does seem to look a little concerned for Varys not getting any better.
You have some tea you can give them?
Her spell? That's what I'm thinking of. Like, hey, would let me just look at my things real quick. Would
Oh wait,
lesser
no.
restoration.
lesser restoration.
Yeah, I
Yes.
have
I have
that.
lesser restoration, don't I?
Yes. You both
We
have
both
it.
do.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Could I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what
I
does
think,
it look like when you cast lesser restoration?
Oh,
Shot to
haven't
the
done
face.
this one in a minute. Nope, probably not. I was gonna say I didn't have that prepared. However, would you let me?
Yeah, I'll let you
Say that I
prepare,
prepare
it over
it?
the course of the day.
Okay, what am I taking out? Sorry, let me just make sure. I'm gonna take out identify, I think,
Okay.
and get lesser restoration. All right, so let me just read my spell. You touch a creature. Okay. What would this look like for Willow?
Bearing in mind,
You know
Willow's stuff is always like gadget based.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say I think
Shoot him in the back.
Right.
Okay, I think one of the things that Willow has used before has been their pen. Remember they wrote with
Mhm.
magic on
Luca's
Luca's sword
sword.
once to make it a magic item, magic weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this case, it's kind of like the same pen. I don't know if it's the same one exactly, but it's the same mechanism. Where they will probably look Varys over. They're rummaging around for a bit. It seems like they haven't even like thought of using this for a minute, but it's been on the mind perhaps. I do think that, could I say that it involves still some kind of like writing-based magic?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that perhaps. I'm gonna say that perhaps it's like acupuncture or like pressure points, where it's like, okay, let's work on imparting like magic into certain like pulse points on your body, so that you can fight off this. I'm gonna say that like it immediately clears the status, but like I will have Varys also roll Constitution check with advantage so that he can not, or rather so that he can recover for the rest of the day. Yeah, that'll do it.
Nice. And can I just describe what I imagined it being is like drawing on little, so like you mentioned, like the points. Willow's armor functions in the same way, where it kind of goes around circuitry. So it's almost like drawing circuits along the vital parts, all the way, probably I imagine one like right under the neck and also like down to the wrist.
Yes.
And it's just like Will is kind of drawn a little magical web of gold strings across Varys. Not across him, that's a bit extensive, but like a quick one.
Like, quick one, like around
like
the
Adobe
temples.
Pencil.
Yeah, around the temples, around the wrists, the sort of things where it's like, okay, let's just do a quick bop, bop, bop. And he feels much better after that. It says, oh, thank you.
You looked like hell.
Felt like it, too. These have been quite rough. Doing much better now, though.
Good. Pats him on the forehead, stands up.
Your bedside manner could use some work, though.
I'm not a doctor. Ask that one. Willow's going to gesture to Luca to come along and deliver tea and whatnot.
All right. Cool.
Oh, I just
Anything
realized
else
it would
you
have
guys
gone along
do?
Varys' dragon mug. Sorry, I just remembered he has it on his wrist.
Yeah. So, anything else you do over the day?
I mean, there's the part of me that wants to try and get something rolling with the contracts, but I'm not sure I have an idea of exactly the wording I want to use yet for sending stones, so I think that's going to sit another day, especially considering the night I had. And like sits down to try and think about it. Doesn't. I think what ends up doing instead, like they pull out the contracts, try to formulate a plan of how they're going to make contact and what they're going to do with it, puts them away, and ends up pulling out the little note about the Keen Whistle Casino instead, grounding themselves on it.
I mean, Luca did observe with like a lot of observational skills that you were angry yesterday. If he wanted to, I don't know, check in.
Yeah, I will check in. How you going?
Yes, and here's someone approaching you specifically. You're very audible. Yeah, I think when hears you coming, they're like kind of snap the note shut and pocket it. And
do I see them?
I don't know.
With my eyes.
Do we want to do
Make a
like
check.
Perception versus sleight of hand, maybe, or something?
Yeah.
I put my eyes to the microphone as if that would help, like, convey what I was doing. That's a 12, so...
Okay. Oh my god!
That's an 11!
That's 11!
Oh!
Yeah, so you see...
So you don't see what exactly that does,
yeah.
but you do see that.
You do see them, like, fold the note, like, between two fingers and tuck it away in a pocket. Quickly, like...
It's the first time I've ever seen something in my life. Are you writing me a love letter?
Not Theo.
Does he love me? knew it.
Didn't he come busting out with love letters for everyone?
Yeah. See? I told you. I knew it. I knew it. Everyone loves me. Sits down beside them. Are you in like the chair downstairs? Jumps down beside them.
Yeah, probably like down on the sofa.
Couch. Yeah. What's on your mind?
And like leaning sideways to gather up the contracts again and pretend that's what they were doing this entire time, even though they are discarded to the side. Just figuring out what I want to do with these. Holds up the contracts with a bit of a toothy grin.
Well, what do you want to do with them?
Well, the first thing, in an ideal world, that I would like to do is figure out how loyal these people are to Khorvaire. But I don't think there's a way I can do that with a 25-word message. At least not one I've thought
Prove
of
your
yet.
loyalty to me. Send me 25 gold pieces to this account with the gold, with the Kundarak banks.
I'm not running a scam. No, I am running a scam, but not quite of that nature.
You're not just gonna toss them away?
Well, the problem with that, they might actually be hurting people. The dilemma here, Luca, is that they're spies. They're gathering information. Information is valuable. Information is power. Information can get people hurt in the wrong hands. If they're doing that because they're big fans of Khorvaire or are big fans of money, they are doing it willingly, let's say. And that's a different kettle of fish to work with than if it's someone who's doing it under duress. If they're doing it willingly, I don't mind being a little bit more, applying a little bit more pressure to the situation, let's say. But if they're doing it under duress, I don't necessarily want to just have their contract changing hands from one shitty spy master to another.
When's it end? Like you?
And shakes the contracts around. Pretty sure at this point, since I've got a certain pirate prince's stack of spies, I'm something of the sort. Not to mention,
and you stole his boots to fill them, right? That's what that was.
I stole his hat. I don't think it would fit his boots unless I changed to fit them. Anyway, got my contacts with Thorani too now, potentially. Got contact back in Riggleport. So yeah, I'd say I'm building a bit of a network, and even Meraldine is technically in my web now. So yeah. I think I'd amateur spy master.
What are you going to do with all this?
Well, like I said to Willow, one thought was using the contact in Blackrock to give us some eyes on the ground before we dock. That's kind of the main thing I want to do with them, but then the big picture is if they're loyal to Khorvaire. If they're just going to keep on being spies, I'd like to weed them out. Or give them an opportunity to do something a little less harmful. If they're under duress, I want to destroy the contract so they can get out of the deal. But how to orchestrate any of that with sending stones in, 5 days?
Well, focusing on that one contact is going to be the priority. But otherwise, Luca shrugs.
I also have to consider that these other contacts have ways to contact Khorvaire outside of the sending stones, so ideally, I'd want to get to them first if I'm going to either convince them that I have the ability to do anything or convince them that I am Khorvaire, I need them to know that Khorvaire, I need to know about me before Khorvaire informs them of the situation. If he informs them, I don't know, his ego might be too big to tell anyone that, hey, I kind of lost your sending stones. Don't
You're
think
not
about it too hard.
An obligation to serve me anymore.
Somehow, I doubt Khorvaire's going to come out and say that. But that's why I want to get to them first. Because I do. If they know that I have contracts in my hands, I can break them out of it. But I don't want to just break someone out of it scot-free if they're just gonna get right back on the horse. I just recruit them onto my roster, but I don't really have the funds to be giving them the kind of dough that Khorvaire is offering them, so bribing them isn't really something available to me. Which would be the way to win over the people who are loyal to Khorvaire, because I have a feeling they're only loyal to him because of how he lines their pockets.
I mean, if there are people like that in that little pile, then Lucas shrugs a bit. Does it really matter whether or not they're on your side? I mean, if Khorvaire can just buy them back with a bigger amount of money.
Yeah, but maybe it'll be harder to buy them back if they're in jail. So that's probably not how it would all go down, according to Varys. The idea is that I put them in a position where they couldn't just get back on the horse. I can't just overlook it. That's my problem. Luca, I can't just overlook this. I don't want to be an asshole.
Insight check.
Go for it.
It's a 12.
Sorry, Luca. That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
My gosh.
It's Anne's
So
telling
what
it
do you
like
want
it
Luca
is.
to see?
Yeah, they can't overlook this. They need to do something with it. Just destroying the contracts without pursuing it in some way is just something that they don't want to do.
Okay.
But they also, it's clear they don't want to just, they just said they don't want to be an asshole about it. They're not like, all these people deserve to be punished. They're literally like, I want to give grace to the right people. I don't want to give grace to the wrong people, you know? That's where they're getting stuck. Because for them, they're seeing it as like, if I give grace to the wrong person, I am permitting them to continue to do harm. When I could have done something about it.
Luca's like looking Anna over a bit. Well, you don't have to be Khorvaire himself, right? Could just be one of his agents.
I mean, if I can think of a convincing reason why they would be communicating through the stone.
Another question that occurs to you, Luca, is how can you tell which people are deserving of grace or not?
Well, I would say something like, give me one reason I shouldn't out you to the authorities, that you're some kind of scum. See what they say?
Let's see.
You're a pretty good judge of character.
Well, yeah, in person. I can't say I've practiced my oversending stone reading of people skills too often.
We should give it a try. Does Willow have sending stones? You'd think they would. They look like they would.
Well, see, one of my original ideas before I actually sat down with these things was just to be me, kind of explain that the contracts have changed hands, and if they work with me, we can negotiate the fate of that contract, and if they do not reply to me, then I will inform the appropriate parties of their business.
That might be an idea.
I'm thinking about it too hard. I don't want to freak someone out if they're... It doesn't matter.
I can't say I know how someone would react to a message like that if they're in that sort of position. It'd probably be scary.
Yeah, I don't know how to not scare someone.
You are very scary.
I did scare off a water elemental the other day. You're welcome.
Openness might work. As long as you play it kind of makes a hand gesture flat.
Yeah, well, I just need that little hint of something to make them reply. Which is why I would threaten to out them. I don't even know if I actually would. But they don't know that.
You're really mean. Luca's smiling while he says that, though.
Well, sometimes in the biz you gotta be.
What business?
Spy business.
Ah, of course. I think do the best you can, and if you happen to lose opportunities, shrugs, we'll get more opportunities in the future. I would personally prefer to just let everyone off the hook if it meant letting one person who didn't want to be there.
You know what's funny about that? I think as Luca is talking, it clicks in N's brain that they've been looking at this as a win-fail scenario, as a if you don't do this correctly, then you've fucked up forever. And just literally Luca saying, hey, this is an opportunity, but it's not the end of the world if you don't stick the landing on this, is just like, N's like, I've literally not thought about that at all.
Oh, honey.
Oh no.
You know, sometimes that's all it takes to be like, oh, you're right, it's not the end of the world if I fuck this up.
Yeah, it's literally like this could be a boon, but even within the vein of like the Wind Whispers and Orthoss, Karnath, the Snapdragons, this is such small potatoes.
Yeah, I think Luca will also like pick up one of the things and be like, yeah, like a dock worker. I mean, you're rubbing elbows with the High Prince, like, you know.
I think that's you.
Do you really need a... Oh, well, we're all rubbing elbows with him. Elbows. Like, a few people here and there who might know where ships are going. It's not the end of the world if you lose those connections, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Willow seems to know where ships are going, so you've got that for you.
Well, the idea with the contact in Blackrock is a little bit less about...
Oh, no, that one we can keep, but the rest of them...
Yeah, I haven't really got a plan for the rest of them other than trying to determine where they stand, because I'd love to just break them out of the contract immediately if the aforementioned duress thing is happening, but again, and we'll start hand around like they're getting back into their head about it. Anyway.
Well, yeah, if there is duress, then, you know, you're doing someone a favor. And if there's not, Luca shrugs, and they can just choose to go back to do whatever they want, and that's their choice. It's not like that's going to reflect on you or anything.
Well, I'll see how they respond and we'll work from there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yay, conclusions. Honestly, before when Willow was really cavalier about it, that's essentially what they were trying to say.
Sometimes
like,
you need someone stupid to say it in like stupid words so that it's easy to understand. You know?
I also feel like Willow has different baggage with saying it than you. So, yeah.
Also, sometimes it's just right time.
Yeah. Need to be in the right space to hear it. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
And God.
Thanks, Luca. Maybe we're both turning each other's gears these days.
Yeah.
That's what friends are for.
Luca just applying a little bit of like oil to the rusty gear in En's brain of like, you can fail
Not
at something,
everything.
and the world will keep on turning.
Not everything needs to be like a golden opportunity. Some things can just be things. Just little things that you look at and pass by. It's all good.
It's just a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not even your main objective.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is
Yeah.
literally windfall.
And really, if you think about it, this is like, if you want it, this is just an opportunity to help some people. And that's all. And Luca obviously likes that, so.
Mm-hmm.
Poor N. We saw your dream, buddy. We know it's not that straightforward for you, but we're working on
I
it.
know.
We're better colleagues than you've ever had before. It's okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
It's not life or death for once.
God, what's that like?
All right. Cool. Anything else as the afternoon passes by? Any other conversations people want to have?
How's the Greenleaf doing?
He's doing much better after you cast lesser restoration on him.
Cool.
So he thanks you for that. Makes a little joke of second time you've saved me from what I thought might be an incurable malady that I would suffer under forever. He does it like
Oh my
deliberately over the top
Ugh.
and like kind of elbows you in the side.
You should have stayed in bed. Now you're gonna make me sick.
Oh, I didn't know it was contagious. Oh. So how you feeling about where we're headed?
Oh. we're like, I should have just kept you. I should have just left
I'm
you.
up too sick.
Let you suffer.
Yeah, Will was gonna say that out loud. Actually, I should have just left you. How much?
Yeah, too late.
Yeah, I know, my mistake. Should have thought of that. How am I feeling? Well, the storm's keeping me thoroughly distracted. But we are en route. On the course. So... Willow just shrugs again. Big shrug. They've been doing that a lot lately. I sort of feel like it's all been about my feelings lately. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well. Enough. Aside from, you know, the perils of the sea.
Like the usual
Ship
ones?
leeches.
Ah, yes, okay. I wasn't sure if you meant the, you know, the ocean is shaking loose your... Yeah, you know.
That's another peril of the sea, although a lesser one.
Wouldn't say
Prevalent,
lesser.
but lesser.
Hmm.
Less likely to kill you outright.
I don't know about that. I'd sooner survive a ship leech than my own thoughts. Give me a few days alone.
Well, good thing you aren't alone on this ship then.
Hmm.
So, no plan. Just seizing the opportunity?
Well, I mean, there are a number of possibilities. Numerous outcomes that I've considered, hundreds, I'm sure. But I suppose I'm, What was the wisdom check for? Was that an insight check?
It was, yeah. He's just taking
I've
you
rolled-
at your word, I think.
Or is he?
I always roll. You can go low, I can go lower. It's
That's a 2. Oh,
What you checking for, bro?
The vibe! He's just checking the vibe.
The vibe
He's
is
Anxiety.
stressed,
Yeah.
excited, relieved, grateful. I think a big part that he might catch today is that Willow is being so adept at this because we are struggling through these conditions to do something that they are going for as well. It's like there is not a shred of Willow that is going to give less than they're all considering what we're doing, you know, and why we're doing it. There's a bit of that in there. The gratitude to the crew, I think he can catch. But yeah, he will also probably catch that there is a bit of Willow that's maybe not as unplanned as they say they are, but at the same time, it's not for lack of, they're not lying. It's just that I think in a natural state, Willow thinks about things a lot harder than other people would consider no plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's aware of that by this point. He's known you long enough that
Yeah.
overthinking is sort of your natural state of being.
Yeah. When Willow says they have a plan, it means that they have like a procedure, you know?
Yes.
Or like an outcome in mind. I think that's the main thing here. There's no outcome in mind. There is just procedure.
Yeah. Okay. Garrus nods. I do say the looser the grip, the lighter the load.
Who says that? Certainly no one that's tried to affix things to boats.
Means how much your hand is straining from trying to carry things.
I know.
I do have one question that's occurred to me a little recently. Before we decided on this. Before everything, to be honest.
Was bracing themselves.
You called me over to meet you at the ship that day on the docks in Regalport. When your old crew had first arrived. You looked like you were about to leave.
Yeah, Willow does remember that they were about to cast a spell and walk into the crowd after Coulton and Rygar.
Yep.
But they don't say anything. They kind of think Varys can tell that they're side-eyeing him, waiting for him to ask a question.
I think he just lets that hang there in the air for a moment.
Okay, Willow won't let it hang for long. And? Is there a follow-up to that statement, or...?
Just wondering... Did you call me there to
stop me from doing anything reckless? Yeah, probably.
He nods.
I suppose it's somewhat the same. Sometimes you are drawn in a direction without really knowing what you're going to do when you get there. Same as this, same as that. It helps to have people around.
You know, I think if I had known that's what you were calling me there for, might have made the situation worse.
What would you have let me?
Not just let you, would have helped you.
You would. And when the inevitable happens next, which I suppose I wouldn't have known because I didn't have an outcome in mind, but I suppose Thorani guards descending on us would be something. And then what happens? What, we march into the crowd and you gallantly announce yourself to... No, it would have ruined everything. What do you mean? What do you mean in that regard?
He shrugs.
I can't just march up to Coulton Brightwind. Like, what do you mean? No, elaborate, please. You can't just toss that thought experiment into the wild. What do you mean?
Well, I was gonna say it's not that much worth thinking about now since we're
What's
on
done
a
is done and
completely
can't be
different
undone.
course.
But feel free to let me know anyway.
Oh, well, I probably would have called upon Ryger to smooth over whatever reconciliation, reunion you might have had in mind, but...
Ryger doesn't have that kind of power. Oh, please.
Varys tilts his head and just like... Brightwind isn't that much of a hothead, is he?
No, it's less about. Well, no, it's more so. Who's listening to neither Coulton nor I are going to listen to Ryger. So what power does he have to smooth over anything? He's going to use me as a bargaining chip, for crying out loud.
Well, anyway, we're heading to Blackrock on your terms.
That's the one. Thank goodness it's not with you alone. Otherwise, Lord knows I'd be on the Storm Chaser already.
Ah, well, you and I have pretty, let's say, different relationships to our former captains.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was removed unwillingly, and I spent most of those years under the lighthouse regretting it and thinking to myself, if I could ever get out, if I could ever be myself again, first thing I would do is call upon Ryger.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I was pretty envious of you for doing that, honestly. Different circumstances, I know. I shouldn't be envious of the cursed fishman, but, well, I'm not always rational. It's not always straightforward. Your captain's different.
Wouldn't have called that a rational decision so much, either.
It worked.
It did.
It works. I would have advised it, all things considered. Your relationship with your captain's different. My God, I wouldn't never take a knee. That's another thing.
No, you don't seem
Honestly,
the type.
I'd sooner die on my feet. You're right. And I think that's what I'm doing now, actually.
Well, your crew's here to give you a fighting chance. Even if you're going into it with the mentality of a last stand.
Yeah, Willow nods. I think they might add quickly. I mean, it's not that dramatic. He's probably not going to kill me. Emma might. But that's a problem for if Emma shows up. No, she wouldn't. He wouldn't. Well, I mean, she could do it covertly. Gardenia might then.
Let's cross those waters when we get to them. Hey?
Yes, you're right. Yep.
He ruffles the hair between your ears.
Long story short, we're going to Orthoss because I want to.
That's the spirit.
Yes, so you can pat yourself on the back for that one. Thank you for allowing me to arrive at this conclusion, yada, yada, yada. Go lay down before you get sick again.
Shakes his head. So, we'll move on from that scene. Starting to head into sundown. People give me perception checks, whoever's on deck.
Varys first, usually? Oh, wait, all of us. Has it stopped raining yet?
It is clearing up now. this is sundown. It's not quite time for...
That's a nat 20, baby. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
I think
Shut my
and
door.
that's
And
my
nobody
glass
likes
back.
you.
What? Anne's gonna what?
I think N might actually be below deck because after everything that's happened through the course of the day, they're kind of like settling and trying to think of. They kind of want to rip off the bandage of this whole thing now and actually use the sending stones.
Yeah.
So they're kind of sitting there
Aw.
mulling over exactly how they're going to word their
Ends
message.
drafting out words like doing the 25 word count to
Yeah.
figure out
That's
how
30
to phrase
words.
this.
I need to take out a couple.
Yeah,
how can I condense
this? Yeah,
Mm.
you gotta
Don't bring fail out.
optimize.
Yeah.
Nope.
Good
Absolutely not.
morning, traitor.
Do I have
Anyway.
some news for you?
You're going to get it in pieces for the next 5 days.
Speaking of news for you, I think, you know what? Varys has persuaded Willow to help him prepare the dinner tonight, give Luca a chance to do something else.
Aw.
Fine. Yeah, we're in the
What's
spirit
Luca
of it.
gonna do? Luca sits,
Deceive.
stares.
Luca is, I imagine, brushing his elk.
Yeah. Brushing his hair.
When you spot something far away in the sky.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah? In the sky, you say?
You alert people as you hear something. A shrill whistle pierces the air, distant but drawing closer from all directions. Willow and Varys, you're able to quickly get to the windows and see what Luca indicates. You look up and see a shape break away from the clouds, diving like a bird of prey. At first, it's just a blur of darkness against the reddening sky. Then you realize it's not a creature, but a vehicle. The single sail flutters in the turbulence of the wind, held aloft by mast and masked rider, standing astride the board. Sunlight glints off their helm. They're headed straight for the ship. Anything you want to do in this second?
Get my sword the fuck out.
Did we see this?
Yeah.
Hey, Zeke, quickly. How likely do I feel like this is a visitor for me?
98%.
Give me an insight check. Or a perception check, your choice.
Can I have my spyglass or not?
Yeah, you can have your spyglass.
I mean, we're bird watching. 16?
That's almost certainly a visitor for you.
Okay, I've got my short bow out.
Quickly. Can I just... Okay,
Yeah,
no,
go.
I'll go after you. You go first, because you saw it first.
Yeah. As soon as I get an indication that it might be someone who is here for Willow, so probably as soon as I see that it's a person, bow
That
out.
descends from the sky.
Yeah, and when they're within the barest amount of range, so the edge of the range, I will let an arrow off, but not at around them, just around them.
Okay, so warning shot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Luca releases a warning shot. Arrow drops into the sea. Willow, what are you doing?
Okay, first of all, I just remembered I need to charge my magic missile thing. I'm just going to quickly do that roll
Yep.
That should have been,
to
that should
see
have happened
how
already.
much
So
it happened
Roll
last
1d6
night.
plus
Yeah,
1.
we'll just flashback. Did I charge my magic missile before today?
Hey!
Awesome.
it's full.
We're back in full business.
I got the maximum amount of bullets.
I think Willow just in that time, they're going to... Where do we think we're standing? I imagine, are they approaching from the right side or the left?
They're approaching
Or the
from
front.
above.
Willow's just going to say as an aside to Varys, oh, we're about to get an answer to that question. I'm going to prepare magic missile.
Oh, I'm going to instruct Varys to go and get N to prepare the chains.
I think Anne's heard the commotion and is coming up. I don't know
Yeah.
if I get to do anything yet, or if I'm just like...
Get our brig ready. The chair and the chains.
Okay. I think you're bracing yourselves.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to shoot yet.
So you're scrambling to get into positions as this rider approaches. In a rush of air and surf, the rider cuts an arc across the bow of the ephemeral chaos. The keel kicks up spray as it grazes the waves, slowing down hard as it glides side by side with the ship about 60 feet away. Rider is dressed in protective leathers, dark and glossy with water, bright red and yellow patches and stripes standing out like warning signs. A visored helm covers their head, obscures their face. The design is almost familiar. What do you guys do? The rider has shown no sign of aggression so far.
Yeah, Willow's going to put their hand on Luca's arm. Luca's behind me, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Luca has his short bow trained, but will not shoot unless he is told to.
This figure is at the front of the ship?
Alongside.
Alongside? If they're just parallel to the ship, I think no point hiding it. If I wanted to hide, I should have hidden better.
Luca, I imagine, like, at that motion, you sort of relax your grip on the draw of the bow.
Mm-hmm. It's still up, but it's not like... Finger's
Draw.
not on the trigger, as they say.
Yeah.
Anne is essentially waiting for them to get within 30 feet because they want to use detect thoughts, is kind of their
Yep.
angle.
That's cool. I'm trusting you to do that, basically.
Yeah, so Anne might be moving a little bit closer. Not so close that they can get immediately, like, yanked off the ship, but...
Make a stealth check, Ed.
Okay.
You're just a little guy. That's a
25.
little guy.
He's a little squishy guy, little mousy.
Sorry.
And flattens on the deck and, like, rolls to the edge.
Oh, yes. The main thing that I do in that time is hand on Luca's arm, I'm stepping out in front in plain view. That's what Willow's done.
Yeah. In this tense moment, the rider releases the grip on the sail and removes her helmet in one smooth motion, shaking out the long, coiled black braids of hair. Her eyes are dark and sharp, and she fixes them on Willow Jenkins with a singular, burning focus. By the seas and skies. So it really is fucking you, Emma Brightwind declares. And that's where we'll end today's session.
No! You bitch!